2 hours. We gotta keep
Right.
Immediately with the audio, like the Wi-Fi connection.
You know.
You want to hit Audacity?
Yeah. Let's make sure that happens. Yeah. Just make sure it's not that. What?
Is the light on?
It is on. Yeah.
Maybe shut down.
Yeah.
The old restart.
It's a good thing this is recording it.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what we want.
Of course.
That's how you win Emmys.
Look, you failed at something.
I assume they have podcasts.
See, there it is.
All
Just like, you know what?
Let's see. Some snapping, make sure
Snaps. Snaps. Yeah.
The whole ride home is gonna be nothing but me just singing like Sephiroth.
It should
to
be.
myself.
It should be.
I feel bad for the hotel neighbors. What the hell is Sephiroth doing? Unless
don't
they're
know
also
what it's
Final
from.
Fantasy nerds.
I think everybody in this hotel is from that concert.
Oh, that'd be a pretty good bet.
I mean, you have to see him in the elevator.
Okay, Audacity running. We good?
Audacity is good. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's hit it because we are live. The adult beverages are poured. The kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 14-year-old and an 11-year-old.
And we are coming to you live. This is New Dad Gaming after dark on video in a hotel room, having just watched the Final Fantasy Rebirth Symphony rendition by the Toronto Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
Man,
it's exciting.
And we're face to face.
Yeah, this is weird.
It's so bizarre. So Jeff and I, for history of the show, like, you know, we've been with, many viewers have been with us for a long time, and we thank you very much for doing so. But maybe perhaps you're just checking in. So Jeff and I have been friends since college. We met with another good dear friend, listener of the show, Capozzi. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Came to Three Musketeers within college. We were aptly named.
Right.
And that was some 20 years ago.
Oh, don't say it. Don't say it out loud. That's not good.
Now, life happened. I think we both attended each other's weddings.
Yeah.
But generally, like, we're in two different parts of the country. So for the 7 to 8 years that the podcast has existed, it has been remote. It has been you and I in different locations.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this represents the second time in 7 to 8 years that we've ever recorded in the same room. It is weird as all hell.
It is. It is, because usually I'm just staring at the screen. I'm like, all right, Trevor.
Like, what do I do? It's just
what do I do with my hands?
Yeah. So anyways, the opportunity arose. So Final Fantasy Rebirth, the symphony done by the Toronto Symphony Orchestra, came into town.
Yeah.
And just had to snatch up the opportunity. We've come live from it. So no thoughts, no processing. Like, what's your hot take on this event of a symphony paying homage to video game music?
Yeah, I have. This is the first time I've gone to a video game like symphony. So to hear that soundtrack live was stunning.
Yeah,
it was amazing. I will totally do it again. It's just one of those things that you can't put into words unless you go and see it, and then you understand. You're like, okay, I get it. Yeah. How about you?
Right there with you. I think there's moments of goosebumps because there's something about, you know, much like everybody's been to a concert at some point or another, right?
Yeah.
And as much as you know the song, as much as you have fantastic audio equipment at home, to hear that live and to hear that bass drum just like slamming your chest.
Yeah.
And it's one thing for, you know, music that you like as far as like an artist and a song, but to have what can only be described as like visceral moments from a video game playing out before you, and the entire auditorium just like in stunned silence, and things are just like slamming you in the face and the chest as it's playing. It's like, this is surreal.
Yeah.
In the greatest way possible.
Right. And just even like the like, I don't know if you felt it, but the energy from the crowd, like everybody's there for the same thing. Everybody loves the same thing. There's like no judgment. You're all in it together. and to hear every single beat, and then people just like, I saw people in front of us that were just, they knew what the song was and they were grooving to it, right? And then the clapping and the energy from it. Yeah, no, it's something that I would replicate or try to replicate with my kids, because I know they were upset that they weren't coming, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't seen Trevor in like 7 years, so it's just a dad's night out tonight.
Oh, that's a fantastic point. I think it's a really interesting thread to pull with the kids specifically, because mine also, I was trying to explain, like, okay, I'm going to be gone for a few days, and this is why.
Right.
And it's like, oh, like, what music are they playing? And it's like, oh, let me show you. So I brought up some Final Fantasy soundtrack, and then we have it in this car just pumping. Like Sephiroth's theme, like just like going. And all of a sudden, like, oh, I want to see this. Like, I want to go. And it's like, this is cool because you will accidentally become cultured.
Yeah.
Because it's this segue into a style of music. Like, their musical taste could only be described as YouTube garbage.
Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Yeah.
Like, it is, whatever streamer has put out some garbage song, it's like, what's the top search? Poopy head, like toilet face? Great. And they create a song.
Exactly what it is, yeah.
Because the kids will yell at the various smart devices to get that song played.
Right.
Skibbity toilet, thousands of songs.
Oh, jeez, don't even say it.
Hey, gaming dads know exactly what I'm talking
about. Yeah.
However, like, all of a sudden now they hear the symphony. They understand that it's connected to a video game. They know that there's like swords and this other stuff about it, and they get pumped about it.
Yeah.
So accidentally, it's like, yeah, this is all video game stuff. By the way, it's like the players of this studied their entire life. They're professional. They get paid to do this.
Yeah.
Do you see that kid with the French horn? He's being paid well to play that French horn.
Exactly. Keep my kids into it. Yeah. It's like, again, I'll just bring my 14-year-old along and be like, you know what? You know those like Baba Black Sheep songs? No. You need Victory Fanfare, Final Fantasy VII, at least get into that stuff. But
so the production was great. They had videos playing the entire time. It's the full orchestra.
Yeah.
We don't call it a challenge, but they had a video playing, and the thing that I ultimately found is it is so perfect. They don't miss a beat. For instance, you listen to a CD or music, and it sounds super polished, and you see an artist in concert.
Yeah,
usually it falls off, or it's different, right? It's a different experience.
Yeah,
this was so beat for beat for every song. Like, I'm not being facetious, like perfect.
Yeah, that
you could have convinced me that they were faking it. This is just the video. They're just playing the music.
Yeah,
to, like, fool us all. Like, and that degree of perfection was really stunning.
It was like, yeah, we're gonna find out. Like, pull up the projector, and there's a guy with an iPhone there that's just playing the Spotify playlist. But no, you're absolutely right. Everything was beat for beat. It just like felt like you were listening to a soundtrack while playing the game, and just the surrounding of everything. Like, you were in the music, and like the video, like you mentioned, beautiful video. Like it was like 4K, like crystal clear. I'm like, it actually wanted, like, I felt compelled to play the game again. Like, you even asked me at intermission, like, are you going to go back and play it? I'm like, I kind of have to.
I got to check it out now.
Yeah. Because like I railroaded through it, and well, railroaded being 100 hours pumped into it, but just reviewing it and then listening to the music again, I do need to go back, because just to appreciate what's there, because man, like, they really sold it. Like, anybody that hadn't played the game, you haven't played the game. You just speed run the entire game. You didn't even spend 100 hours. You're like, 2 hours, I'm caught up. That's it. I know it happens, but yeah, I'll probably go back to it.
I'm wondering about, I'd be curious how many people like left the auditorium ready to play this game again, like immediately.
Yeah.
Such a fantastic title. I did appreciate there's some cosplayers there, and it's some pretty good ones too. I don't know if you featured. I don't know if you featured it on our story, like the.
I did.
Okay.
They're already out there.
Yes. Yeah, we asked for permission. It was good, but
yeah,
just like full regalia. Like, there's a couple people that just completely came dressed up. I was a little disappointed to see some people really dressed down.
Right.
And it's like, as in like basically PJs. And
Yeah.
like I can appreciate casual, but like, come on, like at some point we got to be dressing up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I'd probably even make an effort if I bring my kids, they're going to be more presentable.
Yeah.
As far as like PJs,
You make
like,
a night out of it, right? Like you
Yeah.
just like, oh, let's get dressed up a little bit, right?
there's moments that's like there's occasions to look proper.
Yeah.
This is one. So that's a big.
I agree.
But however, the cosplayers, you guys do you. That's just cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except for dressed up Cloud. There's one gentleman who had pitch perfect Cloud hair.
Yes.
So the spikes and everything else like that, like super blonde, it was great. But otherwise, it was just like a tuxedo. Like it's just so this looked like Cloud was uncomfortably dressed for like a fancy night out.
Right, like he was a waiter or something, like
which is uniquely funny to me.
Yeah,
because there was, besides the hair, is basically just like dude dressed.
It's just
up
a
nicely.
guy.
And yet, like when put all together, it's just like, haha, Cloud had to dress up nicely. This is great.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. I appreciate all the cosplayers to come out. I'm not sure how the Buster Swords got through the metal detectors.
That is like pretty wild. Must be made out of cardboard.
Right. But even just even speaking about getting in, we saw that lineup.
Oh my god.
That lineup was, honest to God, around the block, past the block. Everyone's got tickets to get in, but then once we got in, we realized that lineup is early and long for the merch.
Oh, I want to be positive about it. I want it to be about enthusiasm and not hustle.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, as Jeff alludes to, like the massive lineup, well before the doors opens, everybody streams in, and then those lines immediately transfer to the merch lines
right in there.
And within the first, God, I think we were only there we got to one of the merch table within the first 10 minutes, and the Cloud Strife plushie
gone,
already sold out,
gone.
So now, what I'd like to believe, with all hope for humanity,
right,
is that these were just enthusiastic fans.
They're fans, yeah,
and they picked up one of the most popular characters that's ever existed for Final Fantasy.
Yes.
My cynical view of it is that these jackasses were purchasing it to hustle, like to sell it on eBay.
Yep.
And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I never see it for sale because they cherish it forever.
Yeah.
They got it for their little cousin or their kid, and it's just like going to go in a place of pride.
I mean,
where would you land on it?
I'm the same kind of path that you're taking on there. I would maybe push that to our viewers or listeners to see if they see any plushies out there. Let us know, because they're not cheap, and I hope that they were, like, again, ultra fans. They wanted something as a keepsake, a memory, a token of tonight, which is great because a lot of these things are one-offs or they are with the concert itself. So that would be great. I can totally think that somebody's gonna put it up there, like
probably now. We could probably check, like,
you probably could.
Marketplace,
eBay from Toronto. Here's Sephiroth.
So there's, like, from the kid angle. So it's more of an adult event, in truth, right?
Yeah.
Like I will put that out there. It's late in the evening. It is a symphony, so it is geared more towards adults. But you could see, and we saw a couple.
Yep.
There were folks who are a bit younger. Now they go to this type of event, and I've seen this with my own kids at different types of events. How wonderful would it be to have a souvenir? I'll get a shirt, I'll get a little toy, like I can have a little thing I can cherish for a while,
right,
and get the memory. And then the orchestrators of this say, that's cool, let me just punch you in the nuts real fast, because this plushie costs $70 $70.
$70.
It's just egregious. Like, I don't understand how, as the purveyor of the event, it's almost like, tell you what, we're going to triple the amount we have and sell them for cheap because we'll still make a profit, but we can have kids with cool memories. Like, maybe that's like super naive, but man, like, we're screwed. Like, if you ever bring your kids, you cannot. The program for the event at these merch tables was $40.
Yes.
The plushies, as in made in China, fabric, not that well made stuff.
Not special, right? Like, it's
$70.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, guys. Like, in response to the hustle culture, it almost makes sense. But as far as trying to create an event where you can have lasting memories, it's a failure. It sucks.
Yeah, no, it does suck. And I did look up the merchandise cost before we came because I was like, what are we going to get into? And like, they didn't even have the good stuff. There was supposed to be a light up Buster Sword that would change with the concert. The light in the Buster Sword would change.
Oh, that's dope. That's
you're right. I would spend money to have that, and I think it was like $50. So like $50, yeah, that's a lot. But if it changes with the concert, and it's a cool memory, and it's a Buster Sword, that's pretty cool. Like a well-made.
That one is thing. Okay. Like, yeah, as long as it's not like super cheap, like
I don't
dollar bill plastic,
right?
Fine.
Yeah,
but that one makes sense.
Yeah,
as opposed to the plushie.
No, I don't think the plushie makes sense.
That sucks.
The plushie does not make sense. Even just some of the like the booklets and stuff were a little too much. You know what I mean? Like I would have wanted something.
Yeah, like if it's $20, like I'd be happy to grab something. My kids would love to have received something from the event.
Yeah,
you know, they like that type of accoutrement type of thing. Like pass it along, but damn, man, like this sucks.
Gave you nothing. Like you walk in there and I'm like, I don't get a little like itinerary of with a little logo on it. Nothing. But you know, that's how they make their money.
So it brought up the thought. So I've not played Rebirth, unfortunately. So it's funny. So me watching, by the way,
everything.
If you haven't played it, like there will be some spoilers to the story. So just be
every single spoiler you can talk about.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, like if they beat Sephiroth, like okay, like clearly is going to happen.
Right.
Besides that, it did bring up the thought of I'm hopeful, I suppose, that the part. So they've done 2 parts so far. Remake.
Yep.
And then Rebirth.
Right.
And then whatever they're going to title
some other R word reunion,
which would be the final. Just prior to this recording, Squaresoft had come out and announced that they were disappointed with the sale of Remake.
Yeah.
Now, to me, that would be the final sign that this is definitely coming to PC. Right?
Yeah.
Now, Xbox, I could understand that might be a bridge too far because it's like we need something.
Yeah,
but given like God of War, Spider-Man, like everything is coming to PC.
Right.
I thought they're going to keep. Now the question would be, will it be launch day to try to capitalize on this? Because where all this came from is like, I would like to play this. I don't have a PS5. I don't probably plan to have a PS5 anytime soon. But if it came out on PC, like it'd be great to have like this trilogy and be able to like experience it. Like, where are you landing on? Are you, as a PlayStation guy, upset that it gets on PC? Do you think they should do it? Should it be delayed? Where do you land?
Yeah, as a PlayStation guy, definitely want more people to play it because I think more people that can experience it garners more support, and then we get more of these things. I can hear Sony calling with a dump truck full of money that's pulling up to Square Enix to be like, "Hey, look, we have exclusive for 6 months to a year," which then like that's a long time. That's a long time to wait for a game, knowing that a lot of the FOMO exists on social, and then you're gonna get it like the ending posted or want to go to an orchestra, and you're like, well, it's not even released to my platform. So
let's say, for instance, you went to a platform and completely ruined the entire.
Yeah.
What's your appetite to purchase it?
Right? Like, you should maybe at that point get a discount. I don't know, but
that'd be pretty dope. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
you're walking out, you have your ticket stub still, and you get like 20% off your game purchase.
That would make it worth it.
That'd be pretty cool,
right?
Or vice versa. Or if you purchase it on launch day, you get a ticket to the orchestra.
Even better, yeah.
That would be pretty sick.
This makes too much sense.
It would be. Tell you what, even as a like platinum edition. Like, not only is it like you get some sort of like Buster Sword in the purchase, but you get like a ticket to a concert.
See,
okay, in a participating city.
I like sweet. That. Yeah, like a collector's edition. Like, instead of like you get the statue, you get the tin, you get a ticket to the orchestra. Perfect.
Sephiroth. Then you can enjoy it.
Yeah.
I suppose I'm hopeful. Yeah, I want every game on every platform. I don't know if it's just is it the death of all these big titles? Hi-Fi Rush recently, by way of other example, massively critically acclaimed game. People adored this game, did really great. Studio was shut down immediately after. new studio purchases them, and I believe you said that. What was their statement on the Hi-Fi Rush 2?
Their statement was that we know that we're not going to make money off this game, but they did it because they want to preserve the, you know, the art and the kind of the idea behind it.
Yeah, so that happens. Sony comes out, oh no, like this isn't working. We're not making enough money off of these titles. You know, some things like Destiny 2 didn't do great.
Yeah.
What's the one that was on mobile? There was the Hero Shooter. It went on mobile. We actually beat Apex Legends.
Oh yeah.
Got pulled off from mobile. So all of these things are in the mix. It isn't working.
No.
Right, as far as, well, mobile is a bad excuse, but I digress. And it was like Sony not doing great. Hi-Fi Rush. The idea of these exclusives almost seems to be, do we perhaps see the death of it, and platforms just have to bring something else to the table to make it compelling to buy one console versus the other?
I mean, you pose a good point, and it's funny because like Valve and Steam and Gabe Newell is just sitting back, you know, like let them fight. They all come back to me.
Let these suckers go.
Yeah, but I think you're right. Like the exclusivity of stuff, I think tends to go away, especially with more online services and streaming services and stuff that I think can, you know, cross barriers a little bit easier than just like this is a Sony made first party studio. That's a little different, but third parties that pay for exclusivity, they're like, we just can't afford it anymore. Like we are so AAA, quadruple A. We pump so much money and marketing into these things that we just can't afford it. And Sony's not going to pony up that money. Microsoft doesn't care either. They're going to be like, take your chances.
I don't know. It was fun, like Sega versus Super Nintendo.
Back in the day?
PlayStation versus, like, for a couple of those generations, like, it was a interesting kind of battle. But, like, now, it's just a resounding, like, thud. It's like, it's almost like you might as well just go on PC.
Yeah,
because if you think about owning a PC, which with the cost of a PS5 Pro, you could get kind of a last gen PC that could play most games decently.
Yeah, you could.
Right. And on that system, you could have Halo and God of War.
Right.
All on the
side by side.
So the value proposition of these like bespoke, like fiefdom type consoles, like it really starts to lessen, no?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they've done their homework. Like, I think they're trying too much. I think they've kind of broken that threshold, and especially PS5 Pro. If it's $1,000 and that's what we're looking at for the PS6 or the next Xbox console, if they make one, that's insane. The only one that's hanging on the fences is Nintendo. They're like, no, families can't afford this. We're kind of the in-between person. Everyone likes Mario. We're gonna hang out here, do our own thing, right?
Nintendo's doing great.
Yeah, they're just off in their own world, right? And I think the other people will kind of, I think, fold in. I don't think it's worth it for them.
I almost want to. What I'd be curious about, like the first time they did a Steam-based computers, didn't quite work. Didn't quite take off the way that they'd hoped to.
Right.
Because I'll say this: like the one thing that is nice about a console, as a gaming dad, is for the kids, it's like, okay, this is a very lockdown unit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because a PC is a nightmare.
Right, yeah. Right?
Viruses and like updates and drivers, everything else.
Yeah.
So what would be curious is like with a very well done job with Steam Deck OS, if that were to make it back onto PCs, decently priced PCs, it's like, all right, like what game do you want? All of them. And not to mention, like I think PlayStation streams to a PC if you have the highest tier.
Yep.
Xbox streams onto a PC.
Yep.
You can directly purchase these games, good old games, GOG. If you're yearning for some old school Age of Heroes, or
Heroes of Might and Magic,
Two, it's got it like it sitting here now, as the dust settles on console war, it's like. It's all pretty pointless, isn't it, folks?
Yes, it pretty much is, right? And I think are we old now? Do we say that we're old and we're like,
old.
This is it?
Old. It's more about like now, if I think about Christmas comes up and my kid wants something, like something to play a game on.
Yeah.
At this juncture, I'd probably lean towards a PC. more than anything else. Like it'd be hard to, with the way they are all positioning themselves.
Yeah.
It would almost seem like they either can inherit my old PC or it's a Steam Deck or it's just something, because I don't know that this console war plays into our family lives in the future.
No, I don't think so either. And I've seen the beginnings of it. My kids will only ask for exclusive games for the system. So Pokemon, that's only on Nintendo, right?
Except Nintendo.
Right? No, but like if Sony or Xbox or whatever, well, that will be on PC or eventually come to PC, right? They've kind of made that own doorway. They wanted more money. The caveat to that is like, oh no, now we've opened the doors. People are not necessarily going to buy our stuff. I don't know. Again, my kids are all on Roblox and Minecraft, so
and that's on phones 10 years ago. So what's the matter?
That's it. Yeah,
you can play that on a smart fridge for all you care. That'd be fun.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, all right. We'll wrap it up there. We are crazy late, frankly.
We are.
This is way past dad bedtime, but between the concert and some going ons afterwards, wanted to get the recording in, especially like in person, because God, it's weird.
We just make it weird. We make it weird and awkward.
We've got to get between. We need computers and kilometers and miles between us.
That's right.
To do the show properly, but we wanted to get it live while we had the opportunity. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you like the podcast, please do subscribe to us. You can find us on all the major podcasting networks, Google, Spotify, Caster, anywhere iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. Just look for New Dad Gaming. If you do find us on there, do subscribe. If you can leave a rating and a comment, it really helps boost the signal, gets us out to other gaming dads. Do you have thoughts on the console war? Are you starting to shift it? Would you consider a PC for your kid? Let's post it. Are you going to take your kid to a Symphony, which Jeff and I highly recommend? If not the kids, at least yourself, gaming.
Yeah.
Reach out to us. Let us know your stories about that. Love hearing from gaming dads. Just reach out to us, newdadgaming.com or at newdadgaming. Thank you so much for listening. Until next week, my name is Trevor, and I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 14-year-old, 11-year-old, and 7-year-old.
The next concert's just going to be you, me, and a bunch of dads trying to say,
exactly. Front row. We'll do it up.
The best rendition.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Cheers. See you next week.
Take care.